皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So guys, finally, at the point of the recording I'm doing right now, finally I have been able to take a look at your comments, and a lot of people told me that it's completely fine that I'm recording outside, and it's actually it's a little bit nice that everyone will be able to kind of hear the environmental sounds of Kyoto. I always am walking next to a pretty big street all the time, so you'll be hearing a lot of cars and people and such, but a lot of people told me it's nice, so I would like to continue this. I actually whenever I do have time, I will love to record indoors too, these podcast series, but recently it's just been really nice for me to do this while I walk and record at the same time, because my brain is working so much better when I'm outside and when I'm not filming in the morning, so today I like to challenge trying to explain something really, really difficult in English. This is a topic that's really difficult for me to explain even in Japanese, so let me try to challenge myself, okay? It's actually another topic about tea ceremony. So the other day I was actually taking a look at a YouTube channel where there was this person who just recently started doing tea ceremony, and explained that after he started training, his image of a tea ceremony completely changed. So before he actually started properly doing tea ceremony, he always thought, like many people do, he thought that the tea ceremony is about drinking tea. But he explained that once he actually took part in a full tea ceremony, almost doing everything, he explained that it wasn't the very, very full one. It was probably about half the length of the time. So I think some parts of it were shortened. But the actual tea ceremony, as I explained before in my videos, probably in my podcast channel too, but it starts from going to the waiting room, and you move out to the garden. There's a bench there. You take a seat, and while you take a seat, you wait inside the garden. You enjoy the garden, the tea garden, and then finally the host comes, and you actually don't say anything in the beginning. You just bow to each other, and you don't actually talk yet. And then finally, after you purify your hands and your mouth, just like you do at shrines, then you will finally move on into the room, and you first examine all the hanging scrolls and all the utensils that are on the wall, and then you will finally be able to talk with the host that comes out, and you talk with him or her. And then you also will eat the food, drink some sake, eat the tea sweets, go outside to the garden again to take a break, and then finally you will come back to enjoy the thick tea, which is a very, very thick, strong, almost like it's like jelly actually. It's really, really thick tea that you enjoy first. And then afterwards, as a way to close up the tea ceremony, as something casual, you drink the thin tea, which is the typical matcha that many people tend to imagine. And then that's finally the end of the tea ceremony, and officially it takes 4 hours to do everything. And because a lot of parts of the tea ceremony includes the examining of the art inside the room. It could be the flowers, it could be the hanging scrolls, it could be each utensil, like the tea scoop, the tea caddy, all these things. The YouTuber that experienced the tea ceremony said that tea ceremony is not about tea, but it's actually a moment of examining and enjoying art, he said. And now, finally, I'm going to be getting to today's main topic. This is the main topic today. This is the conclusion today. I am slightly against this idea. Now, hear my exclamation about what I just explained out, what happens during the 4-hour tea ceremony. You might have thought, okay, it's understandable that you call it, it's like a full art show that you use 4 hours to do, right? But I personally think that the art itself, like the hanging scrolls that was the words written on it, is specifically chosen for that occasion. Each utensil actually has a name. So the tea bowl, the tea scoop, all these items have names on them, and it is something related to the occasion, for example. So, for example, the YouTuber who went to that tea ceremony actually had a event where he talked about his own life, basically. It's kind of like a TED Talk, And he talked about his own life, how he started his job, what the struggles he had and all that kind of stuff. And the tea master actually went and saw that performance and the show, And because of that, all of the utensils and equipment prepared in a tea room was something related to the story of the person's life. So it was really, really beautiful, the messages and the names of each utensil were something that if you didn't go and watch a show of that YouTuber, you would absolutely not choose, kind of thing, you know? So it is beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. But again, this is really hard to explain, isn't it? But again, I wouldn't call tea ceremony a time of enjoying or examining art, because art is just another aspect of from my point of view, the real, true, deep purpose of training in tea ceremony. Now, the person who made this YouTube channel just recently started YouTube. I think it's not YouTube, tea ceremony. It's been less than a year, and I have been training for a really, really short time too, probably 5 years maybe. It was absolutely before Hinata was born, because I wasn't even married with Harumi when I started tea ceremonies. Maybe 5-6 years it could be, probably 5 years I think. But anyways, through these experiences and probably taking part in at least 10 tea ceremonies before in the past, I would say my conclusion, if someone were to ask what truly is what is tea ceremony in the end, what is your answer to it, I would say tea ceremony is the act of maximizing how much you can enjoy that moment. It's training for you to be able to treasure and cherish the moment you are living in right now. Again, I explained before that tea ceremony is about training your hospitality, right? But basically training your hospitality for someone else, really, really deeply thinking about what would make that person happy, the people who are going to be coming to your tea ceremony, all that kind of stuff, is going to be gaining, building up your skills to, care about other people and make your hospitality even richer and brighter and all that kind of stuff. But basically the reason why you're doing this, why do you have to do all this, right? Why do you have to do so much for people who are going to be coming to your tea ceremony? Why do you need so much preparation? The 4-hour tea ceremony can easily take about 3 months to half an year for preparation, just for 4 hours. Yeah. But the reason why you dedicate so much time for just 4 hours is because you want to learn that the moment that you're living right now, will never come back. And it's about treasuring and cherishing every single second that you're alive, especially with that person, with that guest who came to your tea ceremony. This is my answer. So the art is just a way for you to express that you really care about the other person, to express that you're treasuring this moment together with that person. This is just another way of doing it. So if it wasn't art, it could be something else. It could be singing or it could be dancing. But if you want to do it inside a small tea room, when you do a tea ceremony, you can't do that. So instead you have the art. It doesn't have to be the hanging scroll. It doesn't have to be the flowers. That was just suitable for it to be done together with the tea, with the matcha. And that's it. So this is my conclusion. Tea ceremony, from my point of view, is not a timing for you to enjoy the art. It's more about learning how to cherish the moment. Again, tea ceremony is very, very deeply related to Zen philosophies. And this is another aspect that you can really feel that tea ceremony is literally about Zen. I would say tea ceremony is a very well-structured, very sophisticated method for you to understand what Zen philosophies is about. So there everyone, as I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So I know there's a lot of people studying Japanese willing to come to Japan to study, travel, or work, or even train on traditional culture and such. However, I am very afraid that Japan will not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future because we're facing a lot of social problems, we are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are supposed to be carrying on the good things about Japan are dying because of all the social issues being shoved against them. So I really want to dedicate my life trying to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and also help out the younger generations so they can have a brighter future. And to do this right now, I am gathering donations on my Ko-fi page, which is a donation platform very close to Patreon, to buy my very first real bamboo shakuhachi so I can do more collaboration videos with Kaminaga Daisuke-san from Wakaki Bando. And also I am selling my limited edition merchandise on my Suzuki page, so I hope you can check out these websites through the description box or the comment sections. Okay, thank you so much for listening, guys. Today's story is very, very difficult. If you have not experienced tea ceremony before, I definitely need probably 2 or 3 times more time to be able to explain everything about the atmosphere and such, but I can't be taking that much of your time. But eventually, if you have any chances to see tea ceremonies or experience it, it'd be great if you can remember what I said and try to kind of feel what I was trying to explain, because my explanation is not that clear. Yeah, but I really hope you enjoy listening to my stories. And it'd be great if you can let me know through comments what part you did understand, what part you didn't understand, and if you have any questions about tea ceremonies and my opinions. Okay guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a nice day.